All right, guys, so welcome to another 406 Speedway video. And before I get into the content of this video, I'd like to say thank you to everybody in the comments from my last video about the passing away of my dad and certain stuff that I've got going on and the reason why I haven't put out any content. So I want to say thank you very much. It means a lot to me. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is a video I'm kind of excited about, and what has to do with the new can motors from Viper Scale Racing. So these go with your AFX Mega G Plus cars. I have here a Stage 2 Bandit Series motor. And so this is going to be kind of your step above your stock motor that comes with your Mega G Plus. And so this is about $11 on Viper Scale. And this one here is the Stage 5 Outlaw Series motor. This is a little bit more, it's about $14. So I'm kind of excited to see how much of an upgrade this one is compared to the other ones. So what I have here is two of my sportsman's cars, Mustangs, because of course, what else would you race with? I mean, I can't think of anything else. And so this red one here has the green can motor in it, stock motor. The only thing I've done to this car, level 42 traction magnets on there, and then the Viper Scale rear end setup. And then this one here, same thing, level 42 traction magnets, it's a red can motor, and the same rear end Viper Scale setup, plus the front end setup from Viper Scale. And but for some reason, I don't know why, but the AFX cars, the Mega G cars with the green can motor in, seems to be a bit faster than the ones with the red can. I'm not real sure why that is. But it just, on my track, that's just the way it is. This one seems to be has a bit quicker ET time and miles per hour. But anyhow, so that leads us up to, these motor upgrades. Before we get into then installing these, let's go ahead and hit the track. And so we can do some comparison hits, before and after. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, guys. So we have our two cars up on the track here. Let's go ahead and get them pre-staged. Red car with the green motor is in the right lane, and left lane is the black Stang with the red motor. So let's go ahead and get them final staged and send them down the track.
Left lane ET 1.075. Right lane ET.
Yeah, and as you guys can see,
right lane 1.
I mean, pretty good reaction times for both of them. Not the greatest. I've had way better, but yeah, the red Mustang ET of 1.038, 15.5 miles an hour, and then the Mustang with the red can motor in it. It even got off the line quicker, but it's still 1.075 with a 14.63 miles per hour. So, and that's just how it goes for those two cars. But let's go ahead and get to the motor upgrade and see, do another comparison video after that. All right, folks, so back to the install. So what I've done already is already kind of taken the bodies off the chassis here, and so I also marked them. So this is stage 5. This one here is going to be stage 2. That way, the next time I need to replace these motors for any sort of reason, I already know, hey, this is stage 5. This is what I need to order. Stage 2, whatnot. So let's go ahead, and this just takes the install is pretty simple. Let's go ahead and pull that off. Oh, goodness sakes. Make sure, well, that's not good. Okay, go ahead and pull that off. Put the spring over there somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Same thing with this side here. Pull that off. There you go. And it's just going to be real simple, just pushing these things out. You don't have to have any special tools or anything like that. Not like the special tool that I used to smack my thumb with. It really sucks to be a couple miles underground, and then you smash your thumb, and I mean, you just can't get to the surface quick enough. anyhow, so let's go ahead and just push this out. Like I said, it comes out real easy. There's the pinion gear. And boom, out, done, gone. So let's go ahead and see what the big difference is here. We're going to go ahead and start off with the pinion gear. The pinion gear that comes on here is a bit shorter than the stock one that comes from AFX. And also circuit board delete. So you don't have any of this stuff on there, any of the resistors or anything like that. It's just straight from pickup shoe directly into the motor. So let's go ahead and get this motor back in. One thing I do want to point out is that when you're putting this motor back in, right where the pickup shoes go into the chassis there's two little slots right there. You can barely see them. Make sure that these connectors go in that slot. Otherwise, if you try to put them in there any other way, it's not going to go, and you're going to end up bending your pickup shoe connectors. Okay, go ahead and get those in. And it's just simply pushing them in. You don't even have to take out the rear axle or nothing for it. It's just right there. Make sure it's nice and tight and solid. Okay, you can see on the bottom there where the connectors have already pushed through. It's nice and tight. Make sure everything spins freely, which it does. Pretty sweet, not too shabby. So let's go ahead and put the shoe or put the springs back on. Ever so gently. That spring just doesn't want to play very well. Anyways, I feel like a beginner putting this thing back on. Gee whiz, fellers. Come on, get in there. Okay, all right, finally, success. Gee whiz. Never had such an issue before. Perfect. Goodness sakes, dude. Okay, go ahead and slide that back on there. You know, this video is going to be twice as long as it needs to be because just trying to put pickup shoes back on. Come on, get in there. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Make sure those springs are in there. They're not bent sideways or anything like that. Okay, all right. Yeah, she seems to spin pretty freely there. Not too shabby. Go ahead and put that body back on. Okay, let's go ahead and tackle the red one here. So the stage 2 is going to go in the red Mustang here. And go ahead and pull off these springs here. Push it out. Okay, finally, gee whiz. And it kind of looks like I bent it a little bit, but that's okay. I don't plan on using this one again. I mean, I didn't break nothing on there, but I still don't plan on using it. All right, back to the install here. Once again, make sure those things are going to go right back in their appropriate spots. These things could probably use a bit of cleaning. I'll just tell you that. Make sure those things push in nice and genteel. Okay, everything's seated, everything looks good. Gonna have to put a little bit of oil on there. Get those things to break in. Okay, looks like this one here did not make it into the slot very well. So we'll go ahead and kind of gently push that back out. Make sure we don't do the same mistake we did before. Okay, come on, little fella. Boy, when these things get in there, they're in there. All right, perfect. Good, great, gravy. You gotta make sure that they're in the appropriate little slots there. Looks like they are this time. Okay, good. Push that fella in there. Oh, that went in there a lot nicer than the previous time. Yep. Looks like they're in the slot. Looks good. Now comes the hard part. Apparently it's hard for me today, gee whiz. Yeah, so weather-wise, it's been nice and hot. Been in the 80s and 90s, which I really prefer, but I've also had a lot of smoke coming from Washington State. I guess there's a couple fires and whatnot. Wildfires from around the Spokane area. So if any of you guys are watching or from Washington, come out here and take your smoke back. We're kind of getting tired of it. In fact, I work in an underground mine here locally, and the smoke is so bad that we can even smell the smoke underground. Okay, so we got that back in record time, not compared to the other one. All right, so let's go ahead and get the body back on there and put it on the track and see how it goes. All right, so I just got done doing that motor install not too long ago. And so what I noticed is that those pinion gears that come with the motor, they're not fully seated. So when you guys are installing these upgraded motors from Viper Scale, make sure that pinion gear is seated before you install it, because otherwise it's not going to mesh very well. It's not going to run very well, and you're going to be disappointed, and you're just not going to achieve the results that you're looking for. Another thing is that these upgraded motors are a bit more powerful than what comes from AFX. So I had a harder tire compound on these cars originally. And so basically what was happening is that the other upgraded motors, the firmer tire on there is causing these cars to just basically lose traction and skip all the way down the track, which isn't very much fun when you're trying to do a comparison video and your car's not performing the way it should be performing. So I had to go with a softer tire compound. And so I get my tires from Steve McCrossland, Rooster Racing. He sends me all of his tires, everything that I request for tires. He usually has it. So I went with a medium or a hybrid between medium and firm. That seemed to work a little bit better. These cars definitely don't skip down the track like they did before. And so that was approximately like 2 hours ago. It's nighttime now, so I figured let's change it up a little bit. It's been a while since I did a little nighttime race. So I got all the lights turned off except for the track lights, obviously. And so I set a dial-in time. So we're going to go ahead and do, instead of a heads-up race, just a dial-in race. And then we'll kind of go from there. Maybe we'll do a heads-up race after this. But let's go ahead and get these cars kind of staged up, and we'll see which one performs best. So I got the black car dialed in at a 0.900 flat. The red car dialed in as 1.1. Let's go ahead and get these things staged. And I broke out on the red car. That's all right. Yeah. Reaction time, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Reaction time was a 0.80. So I definitely left earlier than I should. The black car had actually a fairly decent reaction time of 0.014, so it's pretty good. But let's pay attention to the ET numbers here. So the ET number for the red car is a 1.125. I dialed him as a 1.10 flat. It's not too bad. I'm 25 thousandths off. The black car, I dialed him in as a 0.900 flat. ET time of 0.909, just 9 thousandths off. But one of the most noticeable things there, miles per hour is 17.44. So I believe this is probably the best time I've had all night. And the red car did a 14.85. So not too bad. Basically, it's a slight better upgrade over the AFX car, and so definitely a better. With the stage 5 is definitely a lot a way better improvement over stock. And I think if I mess around with tire compounds a bit more, I could probably find one that probably works even better. But let's go ahead and let's just do a straight up heads up before we get done with the video here. And that way, we can have a really good side-by-side comparison between the two motors. Switch it over to full tree. All right, let's go ahead and stage these guys. Pre-stage, pre-stage, final stage, final stage. And we'll take one more quick look here at the results here. And sorry, my gimbal's going all sorts of crazy here. So yeah, reaction time on the red car is 0.073. The black car 0.085. And then heads up, actually ran a little bit faster for the red car, 1.102 at a 15 miles an hour, and a 0.910 at 17 miles an hour. So there you go, folks. Pretty impressed, pretty happy with the new motor upgrades from Pfeiffer Scale, and I will probably be buying more for my other ones. So, all right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.